Sports Network, Katerina Biancardi here, joined alongside upperclassmen Nia. You are on this women's soccer team who surpassed expectations after Coach Haywood's first season this past spring. How excited are you to be able to head into this fall?
I'm really excited to head into the fall, just continuing off that same energy we had from the spring. I think we did way better than everyone thought we would, and we're just going to keep using that to go forward and keep surpassing people's expectations of us and hopefully make it back to the same place, if not further, again this season.
Yeah, you guys were ranked preseason third in the SAC. Now, knowing that you're going to have to face competition again, like Lenore Ryan and Wingate, what do you think that is something y'all have that they don't?
I think especially last year was a big growing year for us, not being together in the fall. So I think we have that strong culture of like the friendships, the bonds we have. Like we really play for each other when we're out there. And I think that became really strong when we were away from each other. So now coming back, it's even better. And we just have that motivation and drive to prove people wrong and like prove people like Queens is like a force to be reckoned with and that we are like we deserve to be where we are. And so I think that'll really help us drive to get where we want to be this year.
In terms of motivation, you mentioned that that's something y'all have. What motivates and drives this team to success?
I honestly think it's sort of like an underdog thing because even though I think we're third, I feel like people still are counting us out because, just of how we got to where we were last year. But I think that underdog mentality and people not expecting us to be as good as we are is a big driving force. And we just really want to go out there and prove that we do deserve to be third. We deserve to, at one point, be first, and I think that is like what really drives a lot of girls to just prove people wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys did get a numerous amount of first place votes in the preseason poll. Now, you also have a big returning upperclassmen. How vital is this group of leaders on this team?
I think they're just such a key part of this team. I know, like the girls in my class, we make up a majority of the team because there's so many of us, and we all just bring so many different aspects to the table, whether leadership, playing, like just being there for each other. And I think a lot of the other girls look to our class for that leadership and kind of holding this team together and being the glue that really helps drive us forward and get to where we need to be.
Speaking of the preseason and your teammates, I noticed that y'all have divided up into different World Cup teams. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So it was actually a team bonding thing. We split up into international teams, and we did a series of events, including spike ball, cornhole, basketball, things like that. I was on Team New Zealand, and unfortunately, we didn't do as well as we thought. But next time around, we're gonna get the gold.
Nice. What are some things that Coach Haywood puts into this program that makes you guys have to do team bonding and really focus on getting to know each other off the field?
I think she really drives relationships and culture. That's like a big part of her coaching is she wants the culture to be good because that's kind of a foundation. Like when you have a good culture, then the fitness and the soccer and the bonds and the connection on the field comes. But you can't really have great connection on the field if you aren't friends off the field. Like you have to get to know your teammates. That way you're more comfortable playing with them on the field. And she just really drives home like putting in the work, like being intentional about bonding with other people and not just necessarily spending time with who you're comfortable with, but getting out of your comfort zone and maybe going to lunch with someone you wouldn't usually or going on a drive or going to the library with someone new. And I think that's why we have the great bonds we do because people are really intentional about making those bonds. And I think it really works out in our favor.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Haywood comes with success of her own as a player and as a coach, and this will be her now second season, essentially. What do you think that she emphasizes to you guys as a former player who has the experience and actually has the empathy that separates her as a coach?
I think what you said, like that empathy is a big part of it. And she really just emphasizes putting in that hard work. She said as herself as a player, when you put in the hard work on your own, then things come easier. So I think she really like puts that into us. Like if we put in the work now, like we're going to get the results in the tail end of things. And I think that really translates well, like into our training, into our games and just putting in effort and always, she says, selling out and like going for it. Because when you put in the work ahead of time, it's going to come out back in your favor later on. So I think that's a big thing that's changed over time with her being here. Is just really putting in that work, wanting to drive, wanting to do it for yourself and your teammates. And I think it's really changed things around here.
Now, taking some of our talk to the field, describe the system of play that you guys are going to be working with this season and what's going to be key to executing your tactical game.
A big part of our system is moving and playing for each other. Like the way we play, it doesn't work unless you're all working together. So if we need to have that connection on the field. We need to be connected and play for each other and move for each other to support each other, or else it won't work. And I think that comes from those bonds and things like that. So the closer we are as a team and as people, the more chemistry and the more connection we'll have on the field, which will be really beneficial to us because our system, it doesn't work unless we all work. So I think that's really beneficial for us.
And elaborate on what y'all have done in the preseason that's going to be able to help you execute that system of play.
We definitely have put in a lot of work this preseason. Going out there, playing in the heat, especially, is one of the big things. Just getting used to that heat on the turf. We put in the work on the field, off the field, with like recovery was a big part of our season too, and just keeping our legs fresh and being able to go the long extra distance, and just putting in the hard work, fitness tests, things like that. And I think our team has put in that work, and I think it will come back in our favor, and things will turn out the way we like this year.
Well, best of luck this season. I look forward to chatting with you later.
Thank you so much.